Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today for the flick pick, because it's, well, for me anyways, at this point in time, it's the holidays. And typically in the holidays, you go out with family and you go see movies and stuff. And so that's what we did. We took our daughter out to see a movie called Sing. Now, I know you're probably wondering why am I doing Sing? It's more of a kids movie. But I mean, nowadays when you look at a lot of these movies, like even though they're made for kids, they put a lot of stuff in there that's to keep the adults entertained because that's what they need to do, right? They don't want to just entertain the kids and then the adults are sitting there rolling their eyes around. So this movie was surprisingly good, and there's a reason for that. I mean, first of all, the people in it. I mean, you got Matthew McConaughey is the main actor voice playing the koala Buster Moon, who is he's a theater owner, and he decides to make a singing competition. So obviously they're kind of poking at the whole American Idol thing and all of those singing competitions. Then you got Reese Witherspoon, again, another really good actress. The one that surprised me the most, and I didn't even know he was in this until I saw it on the what do you call that, the light board out front that's advertises the movie, and it was Seth MacFarlane. I'm like, Seth MacFarlane, that's Family Guy, Ted, he's usually not in these type of things. So I was kind of surprised to see his voice, or his name and his voice was going to be in there. Scarlett Johansson's in it, John C. Reilly, and the other thing is, like, this is a movie about singing, and it's not flooded with actual real pop stars or singers or anything like that. These are all actors. These are all people who don't really spend a lot of time singing as much as they do acting. Now there is a few. I mean, Jennifer Hudson does one of the voices, and she won, I guess, whatever that was, American Idol or America's Got Talent. I'm not sure. But yeah. So, anyways, about this movie, it's kind of it's got a lot of diversity to it. It's not just a flat out, let's just throw a singing contest out there and make a bunch of jokes. I mean, they do really well with the character development. And each one has their own little story as to why they're doing it. Some of it in a more comedic way. For instance, Reese Witherspoon's character, I think her name was Rosetta. She is a pig, and she's got all her little 25 piglets at home with her husband, and loves to sing. But she's that stay-at-home mom who has responsibilities and can't seem to get out and do anything. So it's a real struggle for her to actually get out there and do this singing competition. So you get to witness her struggles. And then you got this other character who's a gorilla, and his father is a bank robber, which is really bizarre. I mean, they're all thieves, and the son drives a getaway car. And of course, he's got a knack for singing, so he wants to join the competition. And then you got Seth MacFarlane's character, which took me a while to realize that was actually Seth MacFarlane, because I didn't recognize the voice. I totally, but then I think about it, I'm like, Family Guy, American Dad. I think he even voiced something on the Cleveland Show. I don't know, but his voice, I guess he can change it so it doesn't always sound like the exact same characters. And you really didn't notice it until he started singing. And then you go like, okay, I can see how that's Seth MacFarlane, because he's kind of got that Frank Sinatra voice. And so his character was a mouse, which, a little tiny pipsqueak mouse, pretty much a disastrous character. He almost ruins everything for everybody. But, I mean, he's got that debonair Frank Sinatra voice. So, I mean, it was a good mixture there. There was a lot of other colorful characters. Obviously, the addition part is what you see on the commercials. And that's one thing I kind of, I guess a lot of people say this. They put too much on the commercials nowadays. A lot of the really funny scenes, you end up seeing them on the commercial. So when you're in the theater, it's like, okay, I've seen it before. And it's still funny. You still kind of laugh at it. But, and you hope there was more to it. There was a lot of, scenes that didn't really work, but as far as, like, funny, I like, even my daughter wasn't really laughing at some of the scenes. The one thing I can say about the movie, though, is it kept you going. It didn't get boring. From the moment it starts to the moment it ends, it's captivating. It actually, like, I was actually involved in this one. I was actually watching it, and I've seen some of the other kid-friendly movies that came out. Finding Dory, I think I almost fell asleep in that one. But this one kept me going. And the other thing I have to talk about is the music choices. And this is why I liked it, because they didn't just stick to pop music. They didn't. Sure, they had some Katy Perry and Taylor Swift, but they didn't stick to that. They had Queen. I mean, there was a couple of Queen songs which were awesome. One of the performers does an Elton John song. There's, I think they're hedgehog characters. Ash is Scarlett Johansson's character. She's like a pop or a punk rock kind of person that they try to make the koala guy tries to make her into a pop singer, and she kind of rebels against that, and it's not her thing. She likes to do the rock music, so she creates a rock song, and it actually works pretty well, and she proves that she could do it. Now, I'm not going to give too much away about the movie, because I'm sure you might want to go and see it. I think it's worthy. It's actually a decent movie. Even if you don't have kids, you might actually want to see this one. And there was a lot of really great scenes. It's funny, it's colorful, and the plot. There's just so much going on. There's so many layers to it. It's a brilliant movie. So I would suggest giving it a shot. You might not want to see it in theater. I saw it in theater in 3D. Now, on a side note, we went on the week of Boxing Week, and I didn't think it was going to be busy. Like, we went on the Tuesday. And I thought, oh, okay, people should be back to work. People are shopping. No, that was not the case. I mean, this area where the theater was crowded. I mean, crowded. And we got there just before 4, and all the shows were sold out until about 8. So I think we learned our lesson. But we ended up getting the 8 o'clock tickets anyways. Whatever. We filled the time. We went and watched the movie. And it was great. I'm glad we did. I'm glad we didn't just give up and go home, because it was a good movie. Anyways, I know this is a little bit different than what I normally do, but that's the way I do things on this show. I just like to do what's on my mind. Hope you like it. Let me know if you are interested in the movie, or if you've seen it, or what your thoughts are. And hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.